What's jumpin', my Juma Juices? Here we are, episode 17 of my KOTOR 2 playthrough. Hopping back in, I think we're hopefully going to figure or wrap up the Nar Shaddaa quest line here in this episode. First, though, what I want to try and do is get into this console here by accessing the code. So I did a little digging just to make sure I was following it correctly, and those numbers we heard the KOTOR droids say are part of the count, right? So I saw that one of them I was watching back, the code it gave us was 101, which would give us a 5, and then I didn't catch what the other one was. So we might just have to do a little bit of guessing to see what happens. All right, program library. Okay, I guess this isn't one of the ones that we can use the count on. We'll go back the way we came, see if there's one we can use the count on. But in the meantime, I think going this way should maybe be some stuff we can get into here. Damaged utility droid. This droid appears badly damaged. Access droid's memory core. Success, you're able to recover access codes to the turret system. Good to know.
Oh. I hear you.
Let's put her into force channel. Increase force point regeneration and force damage. I think that's going to be the most helpful thing we've got right now. All right. What am I doing? Okay. Need to find one of those where we can try and enter the count. I'm not entirely sure what that gives us, though. Does that just give us an extra program to run? Alright, yeah, we already got everything we could out of that guy. Oop, that's not the way I want to go. Where is it? Yeah, no, that is the way I want to go. Might do a little save scumming here so we don't waste all of our computer spikes trying to get the current count. Attempt to enter the count. Oh, I guess 5 is exactly what we needed. Good to know. Download program overload. Defense summary. Summary audience chamber. The audience chamber defense region consists of 8 powerful turrets supported by several combat-ready droids. Summary interrogation chamber. The interrogation chamber defenses have been reassigned. Okay, overload power conduit and interrogation chamber for spikes. I don't know if that's going to be particularly useful right now. Summary exterior defense. The exterior defense region consists of over a dozen powerful turrets. Interior defense. The interior defense region consists of over 12 mines. These mines are programmed to not be triggered by KOTOR droids. Return to main menu. Upgrade droid combat algorithms. We'll see what that does. Okay. Items received, program overload, and experience points received 500. Well, maybe that's a concerning thing. We'll see. I think if we can, we might want to get to our main character so that they don't miss out on any of the EXP that we wind up grabbing on this ship. So we'll have to see what we can do about getting to where that is. And we might just have to get rid of some stuff anyway. Or gain some experience anyway. Like containment cells, we shut those down. System control, nothing else. Well, unlock restricted system, we can get turrets, return to main menu, program library, upload programs, overload. Overload allocates additional resources to a system while also disabling safeguards may be dangerous. Can we overload the turrets then? We'll hold on to that for now.
I will silence this one.
Gray's not using a whole lot of force powers.
0.
More where that came from.
Alright, we need to take out this maintenance droid. Well, we do decent enough AoE. Should just take it out anyway. Let's get a little closer in case I need to make sure I have the count again. I don't think I should. Unless it's somewhere else I can do it. I'm stunned. That's not good.
More where that came from. Everyone down.
Okay, 001 is our last count. Parts in a thermal detonator. Oh, she's fighting someone else.
More where that came from. More where that came from.
Oh no, Gray's down. Let's give ourselves a shield.
More where that came from.
Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Not good. Use his shield again. Oop. Oh no. Yep. Not good. I kind of suck at this, don't I? That's okay though. You live and learn, you do better next time.
More where that came from.
001. Kreia, don't you
I
dare.
hear you.
You don't want to get into that room yet. Atten, don't you dare. Okay, good.
I hear you.
Alright, so... Security. Oh, we got poisoned. Defense summary, everything that we saw before, log out. Oh, that's not where we want to be yet. Don't go in there, Kreia. Alright,
Just say the word.
alright.
I hear you.
Let's make sure we don't go in there
I
and
hear you.
start fighting a fight that we don't need to do. Okay.
Yes.
Does improved heal? Okay, that's what I thought. I thought
I hear
improved
you.
heal heals poison, or cures poison, I should say. Alright. So this is a direction we already came from. But we haven't gone... Oh no, we did go this way. We looted that. I don't think we looted this cylinder though. There we go.
Pure Pazak.
Parts in a thermal detonator. Okay. Do we have a map yet of where we want to go? I think the audience chamber is the place where we can rescue our main character, I do believe. Command console. Program library. Actually, system control. Turret defense. I think there's some turrets in this room behind us. Overload. Success. Let's do one of these so we don't wind up having to go back. Ooh, that's not what we wanted, really. Plus mine grenades. Yikes. We'll just load that one quick. I think unfortunately, we need to get some extra stuff in place before we can get through that door.
What is it?
Let's make her a little faster.
Just say the word.
Yeah, it's going down.
Yes.
Oh, she kept him up. Oh, she's not going the right way at all. Don't go that way. Not through the turrets. Alright. We can revitalize that. Improve heal. Alright, we'll attack the same guy. Yeah, Force Whirlwind is a banging ability to improve weapons damage.
Time to take you down to size.
Beat up. Oh, whoops.
I hear you.
Sometimes the movement is not great. Alright. Actually, we shine the shield on ourselves so we don't die, hopefully.
More where that came from.
011. But I don't think we need to count anymore.
More where that came from. More where that came from. 0, 0.
Oh, I didn't catch that last number. 0, 0,
Yes.
something.
Just say the word.
Alright, anything else we can do in here? Not quite yet. So we've seen this before. This was the interrogation chamber, right? Command console. Can I get anything new from here? No. Ew, where does this lead?
Let me take care of this.
Security console. Okay, defense summary. This is all the same stuff I've seen. Never mind. We need more.
Yes.
I hear you.
We need more functions and more systems we can actually oversee. Explosive rocket. Karakin. Dexterity +1 saves all +3. But that gives us beyond. Yeah, we're missing out on one of our modifiers for dexterity. Yeah, defense 28, and now we actually get the +6. I think defense increases to 28 with the Chani light armor. Well, it stays the same because our dexterity bonus makes up for it. Sweet.
Pure Pazak.
Workbench. We might want to do a little bit of fiddling around. But if we can just get our main character first, that would be ideal. Because I think his skills are even better than Ands. Construction.
I hear you.
Let's give Cray some speed as we move around the ship. Oh, sweet. What do you give us? This droid appears badly damaged. Access droid's memory core. You are able to recover the reset program.
I hear you.
What does reset give us? Take a look at our map. So we want to get to the audience chamber. I think that's where our main character is. But we have to fight through that hallway of droids and turrets to do it. Exterior defense is a bunch of turrets too. Well, I think we still want to just get into that audience chamber however we can.
Just say the word.
So is there something different we can do with the turrets? Unlock restricted system. We don't have any of that. We have turret defense. We don't have droid controller yet. Or power distribution or minefield. Turret defense. We want to upload. Reset. With initial defaults. Turrets are inflicting maximum damage. Overload, I think. Black shutdown. Failure, perform diagnostic immediately. Turrets malfunctioning, targeting both hostile and friendly units. The turrets are inflicting maximum damage. Okay, cool. I think we should hear them. Yeah, killing the droids in here. Once they're done killing the droids, maybe we can reset the turrets so they aren't
1-0.
doing maximum damage to us. Alright, turret defense, reset, advanced targeting protocol removed, turret accuracy is reduced, calibration or other changes to targeting algorithms necessary.
Let me take care of this.
Let's get in here. Oh, I should have used a shield sooner. Well,
More where that came from.
let's toss some grenades in there. I think we want to use ion if we can, right? Let's do more damage.
More where that came from. More where that came from.
Oops. Let's get in here. Alright. Oh, actually. Oh, we focus down the one we've been
This shall
damaged.
not stop us for long.
More where that came from. Time to take you down to size. More where that came from. Time to even the odds.
Fallen. Fallen.
Nice. Remains droid energy collector. Droid wisdom upgrade. Alright, audience room door. Alright, experience points received 2250. Save our game again. Can we talk to these two KOTOR droids? Try and get anything else? I know there's an achievement for deducing the identity of KOTOR, and I've not gotten that yet. Repair. Scavenge the droid for components. Success. Your high repair skill is out. You remove a great deal of components from this droid. Sweet. Leave the droid alone. Alright. Switch defense protocol to include you and your companions. Success. The droid has now been switched to defense mode. If someone chooses to attack you, this droid will attempt to protect you. Leave the droid alone. Scavenge droid for components. Your high repair skills allow you to remove great deal of components from this droid. Leave the droid alone. Same thing. Switch defense to include you and your companions. Alright. Sweet. Auxiliary console. Acquire power distribution access code. Okay, access primary power supply system. Active, supporting containment cells, docking hatch seal. Alright, we want to switch docking hatch seal to secondary system. Turn to main menu, view secondary system, power supply, cloaking device, and docking hatch seal. We can switch it all to secondary system. Primary supporting nothing, secondary is supporting containment cells, cloaking device, and docking hatch seal. I don't know what that will allow us to do in the future. We'll find out. Let's level up Kreia. Same thing we've been doing, just put them down the line. Powers. Force Valor. Increases the physical attributes and saving throws of the Jedi and all party members by 5 points, and also grants the immunity to poison. Effect lasts for 20 seconds. Master Valor replaces the bonus granted by Night and Force. So that gives us an extra bonus there. That's incredible. Then Battle Meditation. +2 to attack rolls, +2 to damage, +2 to will saves for all party members. 10 meters that fail a will save. Suffer -2 to a lot of things. Let's get Master Valor first. That's pretty kick-ass. Alright then. Unlock restricted system power distribution. Power distribution 1. Basic diagnostic. Primary and secondary power supply systems are online, but to do anything we need to be at the bridge. Okay. I think the only places we can go is through here. I mean, it would be good for us to get back to the... We're gonna get poisoned again. To the workbench, maybe. Do some things there, but for now, let's just go get these turrets. Whoops. There we go.
Fallen. This shall not stop us for
More
long.
where that came from.
Nice. Droid Unity Grid. Droid Wisdom upgrade. Droid Exchange interface.
This shall not stop
brother?
us for long.
More where that came from. More where that came from.
Nice. Fire suppression.
This
More
shall
where
not
that
stop us
came
for long.
from.
Sweet. Anything we can get from him? No. Okay. Command console. Nothing. Nothing new there. Oops. Map-wise, looks like these both lead in the same direction. But might as well fight whatever's over here for some extra XP.
Silence this one.
Nice. Alright, command console will probably be the exact same thing we've been seeing all along.
They have gotten farther than I calculated. They are very resourceful, but they shall go no farther. Deploy the guard droids. Raise the force fields. We will trap them within the ship. Activate the mines. Let us see how far they get now.
Deadly frag mines. Hope we have a demolition skill high enough. We'll see. Nice. I'm gonna turn on solo mode just for now though. Oh, it automatically stealths me. Just so we don't have Kreia running through these. She likes to do that. Guess that's what I get for having a low stealth
More
score.
where that came from.
Don't run. Okay. Access code minefield. This code will allow unrestricted access to the minefield through the KOTOR command console. Let's recover these mines though. Before we do that, because why not? It's free real estate. Free chemicals for future use. Don't want to move. I wonder where that was. We don't want force channel on ourselves. Determination plus many opponents. Oops. Let's do this again. Resilience plus blaster effect minus many opponents plus against Jedi. Many opponents. I think that feels like the most worthwhile one we've got so far. Because we don't use force points a whole lot. Usually we are outnumbered. Is that all the mines that were in there? Because I'd like to get some extra XP. It seems like we get 500 XP anytime we're manipulating the systems that we have access to. So I'm going to see if I can do that here. I'll turn solo mode. Oops. Solo mode off. Command console. Unlock restricted system. Minefield. Return to main menu. System control. Minefield. Basic diagnostic. Operating normally. Shutdown. Success. Log out. There's a lot more mines here. There's a force field that separates us within this little spot.
What is this place? Some kind of control center?
Okay, computer. These systems aren't controlling the ship. They're tracking signals on a planetary scale, maybe even galaxy-wide.
I suggest you surrender. Your chances for escaping this vessel are near zero, and your chances of survival are rapidly approaching that number. Your ship and your lives are mine. The only question is how much resources you want me to expend in subduing you.
A lot, right? Were we just going to go down without trying to do anything? Command console. Unlock restricted system. All programs can be run on a system after it is unlocked. Is there anything specifically we can do here? Power distribution, access full, restricted to bridge. Okay, so I guess there's nothing fully that we can do here. Let's see about stealthing so that we can start getting some of these mines recovered. Or are they friendly to us now that we shut them down? I do not know. Never mind, it is not, very much not. Shut down. We'll get what we can, and then maybe once we aggro the droids, it'll come to us. I want to make sure we are recovering these. Cool. I like their idle animations, these droids. They're just hanging out. Do a little arm movement. Do a little bob up and down. They both leveled up. Kreia too. So she... Oh, I leveled up. Hell yeah. Alright, actually now that I think of it though, that command console that we were next to back there, I'm gonna go back. I think I can shut down this little force field now that they reactivated it. And maybe that would be extra XP for me. Why not? Alright. So I will get back in here, turn solo mode off, level us all up. So I have 7 more points. I know my stealth is not great, but that's okay. We don't really need it to be. Increase everything by 1, except for stealth, sure. Feats. Unarmed Specialist 5. What do we want to get next? Because we already have Finesse Lightsaber, correct? Good. Then I think one of the next things we might want to get, we've got Jedi Defense. A weapon specialization lightsaber adds +2 damage bonus. I mean, when we're attacking 6 times around, that adds up pretty quick. Why not? Add feat. Powers. Master heal. Or is there something else better for us? Force storm. All hostile creatures within 10 meters of a target enemy. Victims suffer 1 to 6 points of damage to both vitality and force points per each of the attacking character's levels. Nice. The higher level we get, that's even better. A successful save halves it, which a lot of them get successful saves against us. Because our wisdom and charisma are not great. But that's alright. Unarmed Specialist 5 for Kreia as well. We'll give her the highest level of toughness. Powers, we want to give her Master Heal for sure. And then we'll give her Force Wave. And now are incapacitated for 6 seconds. That's huge for add and sneak attack. Alright, so I am level 18 now. Hopefully that means that we can, when we get back to the ship, we can do what we need to do with Handmaiden and Vsauce and start attacking to the 2 of them. Because one of the coolest things about this game is the companions. So it's really cool when we can actually talk to all of them. Systems control. Here we go. We get to containment cells, access full, basic diagnostic, active, shutdown. There we go, inactive, system control, turret defense, basic diagnostic. Turret accuracy is reduced. I think when we shut them down before, it got all messed up. Turrets malfunctioning, targeting both hostile and friendly units, and they're inflicting maximum damage. I don't know if that's doing anything right now. Oh, it didn't do anything. Okay. Let's Force Storm these guys. That's intense. And it costs such little.
More where that came from.
Force points. Wow. That was kind of busted. How much damage we did to that group of droids as quickly as we did. Cool though. look at that. You can see Nar Shaddaa below. That's really pretty. Let's turn on solo mode so Cray doesn't run into these while we're working on them. Do the same thing for the mines over here. These are, especially since these are deadly mines, I mean the chemicals we get out of these are going to be off the chain. One second. Alright, here we go. I got temporarily pulled aside, but we're back. Good reminder for me to save the game. Let's get in through these doors. Alright, what's around this room that we can access? Anything worthwhile? Access code droid controller credits, Mandalorian assault rifle, and hyper battle stimulant. This code will allow unrestricted access to the droid controller through the KOTOR command console. I think we've already killed all the droids we can anyway, so that's funny. Alright, so we have the primary power system and the bridge command console. Let's take a look at the bridge command console, droid control system, main menus. I think that's all we've got. Droid controller, overload, all organic currently on board treated as friendly. All guests on board with their order issues would be defended. Droids disabled. Okay, well. Minefield. Disabled. Overload. Alright. Hyperactive, all units considered hostile. Just to see if we get any XP from it. Power distribution. Primary and secondary power systems are online. I don't know if we need to do that on the other side though. Secondary power offline, attached systems disabled. Primary power supply available, secondary power supply offline. I think that's all we can do there. Proximity warning, cloaking device disabled, multiple ships on intercept
More
course.
visitors. I don't know how many more of these pests I can disintegrate. What remains of the bounty hunters have found me. Now it is time to cue the detonation sequence.
Uh-oh.
Tonos emeragith, wanarakorachi drumka sa inchobin sasha. Tosimana rachata.
I will not fight you. What kind of goofy response is that? Of course they want to collect this bounty and everything. Although it's a little xenophobic maybe to say you're welcome to try, Big Eyes.
Taranamo sibu endasarans, crema sunkun ratungala, chawi mo jubu inkosoracha.
Am I still in solo mode? I am. Solo mode off. Okay. Then Kreia and Atten should join us. Get some speed first. Oh, dude. Foresight means insanity. And then just lightsaber the rest. Damn. Remains. Hyper battle stimulant. Anything else here? Nah. Okay. What about this other one? We didn't primary power system. What can we do with this? Okay. It was just to allow us to shift that around. Sweet. All right. I think all that's left now is to get back to the Ebon Hawk. I do believe. Oh.
This shall not stop us for long.
More where that came from.
Hell yeah. Alright, any remains we can get to here? No. Here? Yes. Strength package.
Time to take you down to size.
Oh, Atten's pretty messed up. Gray, you should heal us up, dog. Master heal. Wait, hold up. 59 points of healing? That's pretty sick. Okay. Should be a couple more.
Mechana kremopa. Tamasuna ramga ma chochane. Anta scream sochi. Norcha hereme chok windido.
Not again.
Kavadumpe masuraku. Popayi botenya. Tachimorosa kamsa. Javaskobo subjob. Rigiso karvenoxo. Mochitosa sagrindeo.
Ladies, what you need is a man who understands the two of you and understands your needs.
Kawanabota atagwa kankadiwa. Yutaka alwanji umalipa. Tues mahawika si wawanta mo guika wansoba. Wakama nurawa. Dahupo botenyo go jucho picha. Gwem tabani sochu. Norotoga proto lalashishi. Jubadosa jibacha. Ratak mansan. Tokosha na chitolo.
I was kind of hoping that mating with scruffy humans might have been first on that list.
Dahupo botenyo go jucho picha. Gwem tabani sochu. Norotoga proto lalashishi. Jubadosa jibacha. Ratak mansan. Tokosha na chitolo.
Run? I didn't run from you two shuttas last time. And this time, I'm gonna make sure you stay down.
Alright then. Alright, let's shock him a little bit. Even with saves, a good amount of damage. Oh. Alright then. We Twi'lek Spinning Blade, Transdosion Double Blade, and a Twi'lek Spinning Blade. And there should be some more of those Zook brothers in here, right? Yeah, there we go. Zap these guys. Nice. My wife likes to get after me for just leaving doors open in the house, so I'm just gonna leave doors open on this ship too. Just a habit of mine, I guess, across all mediums. Alright, any enemies this way?
Where that came from?
Damn, these bounty hunters got to this ship fast. I'm impressed. Alright, so this is the side we don't necessarily want to be on. Yeah, or at least this isn't the way that we're going.
Everyone down!
I should say. So we might as well go take out all the enemies we can.
Where that came from?
And then of course, every enemy that we take down, if it gives us another chance at getting some more loot, why not? We take those. Alright, I don't think there's going to be anything that way. Let's keep going the direction we were going before. So we'll do the same thing. We can go over to this side if there are any extra enemies to fight. Doesn't look like it. What if we go back down to the audience chamber? Anything new? Nah. Oh no, this is the way we came. Okay, wait up. That's where I can navigate basic areas of video game maps. Well, that was the direction I wanted to go last time, wasn't it? The other way? Yeah, it was. Turns out he cannot, in fact, navigate basic video game maps. Oh, but a closed door? Hey, hey, here we go. Worked out in the end. Oops. I think we need a security tunneler. I think our, yeah, our security skill is probably high enough. Chani Vibro Sword. It's probably better than what Krea's got. Okay. This is the way I want to go, and then this way. And whoops. I can go this way. It's a little faster. Right? And alright, here we go. We're getting there. We're getting there. Now let's get on the Ebon Hawk and get the hell out of here.
I can't believe we just blew up Goto's yacht. That's gonna destabilize crime throughout this whole sector.
Yeah, well, you'll understand if I hold back the tears.
You don't understand. Crime in the YouTube system, it's like the economy. Plus the power vacuum. Even if Voga gets up and running again, the system is gonna be feeling the effects for years to come.
Yeah, well, at least we didn't find that Jedi Master with the weird name. Zez, Kai, whatever it is.
Zez Kyle? Well, that's not true. I already found him. Actually, he found me first. He hired me to watch out for you, keep Goto off your back until he could meet with you. We'll need to head back to Nar Shaddaa.
Whoa.
That safe house off the docks. I said I'd meet up with him there if we ran into any trouble. What do you want now?
If you thought to escape my notice so easily, you would be wrong. As a token of my goodwill, I present to you a gift, this droid. It will serve you well on your journey.
That's hilarious. You thought you could escape my notice that easily? Here's a droid. It's a token of my goodwill. Not a way for me to watch you like I just said I would be doing, right? But let's hear this. How did you get on my ship?
I am afraid I do not understand what you mean.
Tell me more about this droid then.
As I indicated, this unit will remain with you and guard you. It will also serve as an effective voice for my orders during your journey.
How do I know it won't try and kill me or just otherwise do things that aren't in my best interest, right? So how do I know it won't try to kill me?
I cannot harm you. You are the key to saving the Republic. Pray that you do not prove yourself otherwise.
Goto has joined your party. He has special powers over droids and cannot set off mines. Okay. I mean, yeah, that's just a way for him to keep tabs on us, and maybe this droid is super useful, maybe it isn't. I think maybe I should shut it down.
That would be unfortunate. I would nearly lose a droid, while you would lose your entire ship and a sizable chunk of whatever planet you were on when you tripped the failsafe detonator.
Maybe you're bluffing.
Oh yes, I excel at that. Regardless, testing it would benefit neither of us, I assure you. Do not be concerned. The detonator is primed only when the droid's behavior core is tampered with. If we enter combat, such actions will not trigger an explosion. As much as I need you, you will find you will need me as well, and this droid will prove useful on your journey.
Alright, well, let's get to Nar Shaddaa.
So, you have returned from exile. Kavar thought you might, if only to wander your old battlegrounds. But I did not think you would come to Nar Shaddaa. Still, you were always a difficult one to read, both when you were tied to the Force, and even more when it was lost to you.
Why did Kavar think I would return from exile?
I do not know. It was a sense he had, and he had served in war as you had. Perhaps he thought he understood you, or maybe he simply hoped he did. He felt you were the key to understanding the threat we face. The others were not so certain, but so many of them are gone now, as you no doubt know.
Dude, forget the twin sun thirst lines. Why can't we thirst over this dude with the magnificent mustache and the earring and the receding hairline? But anyway, why me?
He sensed some connection between you and many of the worlds touched by war. He thought by traveling to such places, he could achieve understanding.
I don't think we necessarily want lethal revenge on the Jedi who exiled us, right? So I don't think then you know that I've come to end you. I think we're still kind of pissed off. So we'll just talk about it though. I have questions I want answered.
No doubt. I think the answers will provide us both with some measure of peace. I have kept secrets for far too long.
Scrolling through here. I think the first question we'd want to ask is just to get his perspective on it, or his side of it. I need to know why you cast me out of the order.
We told you it was because you followed Revan to war, but you ask because you are not certain of that answer, nor were we. The day we cast you out, that is the moment I decided to leave the order, because I do not believe we truly faced the reasons you were exiled, and if we do not examine such truths, then we are already lost. I think it was because we were afraid. It is a difficult thing to live one's life with the Force. To see a vision of what it would be like to be severed from it, it is more frightening than you know.
I had other questions.
What I can tell you, I will.
I think number 6, before we ask something more leading like why did you cut me off from the Force, I'll ask at the end of my trial, you and the other masters said something had happened to me. What was it?
Ah, so the records of your trial were found. Good. Sometimes I think this galaxy would be a better place if there were less Jedi secrets. But I have no answer for you, as much as I would like to give one. We vowed never to speak of it, and although I would not keep promises to Jedi, I keep promises I make to others. And Kavar was a friend. If we were gathered as one, then the promise might be revoked. Until then, I can say nothing.
Okay. Well, I had other questions.
Very well.
Next, we'll ask, why did you cut me off from the Force?
Is that what you think? We did no such thing, but it is a technique that has been used as punishment in the past, yes. It is a rare sentence, and to my knowledge it has only been done once, at a moment where a Jedi discipline has failed. What caused your loss, I fear, was different. I am not certain I understand it. We did not understand it fully then, and only recently do I feel we may have become enlightened. The other masters may have more knowledge of this, but I do not, and I do not know if they even live. Does it matter? It seems your power has returned. Perhaps the loss was not a loss at all.
And it sounds like we're more in touch with the Force than we ever were before, anyway. But I had other questions.
Very well.
Just want to explore everything we can talk to this dude about, so we're going to ask every question that we've got. All right. Do you know anything about Force bonds and how to end them?
Yes, such bonds are a connection that can be formed at moments of crisis, or in the slow understanding that grows between master and apprentice. It is most common between two beings who are sensitive to the Force. It allows the transmission of feelings, of influence. It was something you were gifted with, as I recall, before your fall. You formed such attachments easier than most, even to those who could feel the Force only faintly. Even Vrook could not ignore it, which is saying something.
Is there any way to remove such a bond?
I do not know. A bond between two living beings is not something easily broken. It is not a choice. It is like breaking a feeling, like turning away from the Force. To break a bond, your feelings would have to change, or one of you would have to die. But even then, the bond wouldn't go away. It would simply be empty, a wound.
Okay, I had other questions.
Very well.
Okay. I think first it makes more sense to ask, where are all the Jedi?
They have scattered, but there is purpose in their movements. It is both to hunt and draw out our enemies. Somehow, we, are being targeted through the Force, and when Jedi gather, we are vulnerable. So we have chosen places where it is difficult to sense others through the Force, whether on planets dense with life or touched by war. In such places, we may conceal ourselves, gather information without presenting ourselves as targets. It was part of Kavar's plan.
Plan?
Yes, he felt if our enemy cannot detect us, then perhaps they would believe themselves victorious and show themselves. And we knew that the war would be lost if we continued to act as we had. I do not know where they wander now. There are few of us, though. Too few, and I have not heard from them in some time.
I think we recognize that this dude is not our enemy, and ultimately Atris isn't really either. I don't know if we want to tell someone where Atris is necessarily, just because, like you said, there's a benefit to keeping Jedi hidden, but fuck it. Atris is on Telos.
Atris, but I had thought she had gone to KOTOR with the others.
You sound surprised.
Yes, she holds the last of the Jedi teachings. It is good she survived.
Intelligence. Why didn't you go to KOTOR?
I had not finished my investigations here, and I did not wish to reveal myself. There was nothing I could do.
All right, well, I had other questions.
Very well.
He just told us essentially why he was on Nar Shaddaa, but we'll ask what happened to them. It's a new one. I don't know what that ties in the other Jedi, I'm assuming.
It is a long story, but there is no harm in you knowing. And someone should know. Only a handful of us remained after the Jedi Civil War, barely 100 in number. Then, even that 100 began to vanish, in places where the Force seemed blind. The only pattern we determined is that when Jedi gathered, they were seen no more. At the last Jedi conclave on the Miraluka world of KOTOR, the entire planet was wiped out, an entire race destroyed, because the Jedi chose to gather there. It was only then that we realized we were facing something far more powerful than we knew how to fight.
So you retreated?
We could not allow the fact that when we gathered, we placed everything around us at risk. A Jedi's life is sacrifice, but we cannot allow our presence or actions to endanger others. And we cannot fight an enemy that will not reveal itself. But any Jedi, anyone who is strong in the Force who attempted to track down such a threat, vanished without a trace.
Damn. Tell me about this threat.
I know little about it. I know more of the absence it leaves behind than its face. Whatever this threat was, it was targeting us and everything around us. Yet it was somehow weak enough that it was afraid to confront us openly. If it believed us defeated, then perhaps it would finally show itself. It was a faint hope, but it was the best we had. It was Kavar's plan. He was always the greatest tactician among us, and had seen war more than the rest of us.
Alright, I think there's only one more questions we have to ask, right? Or one more question, I should say. I had other
Very
questions. Now, and he pretty much already told us this, but why are you on Nar Shaddaa?
I had thought perhaps that here upon the Smuggler's Moon, I might find some evidence of the threat we faced. The bounties on Jedi and their disappearance. I did not believe the two were connected, but there was a chance. And the strong currents of life here on Nar Shaddaa make perceiving a Force user difficult. I could use it to cloak my movements and watch without being discovered.
Alright, there's no other questions we want to ask him. And again, we don't see this dude as our enemy at this point, I don't think, so we don't necessarily want to kill him, but that's all I wish to know. What happens now?
Now I must take up the role I was ready to cast aside. This threat has finally revealed itself, and we Jedi will need to stand together. I did not speak fully of what I have felt. Staying on Nar Shaddaa, it is an exile of sorts, one that I have chosen. I, too, lost a Padawan on Malachor, not to the battle, but to the alternative, to the teachings that Revan brought from the unknown regions. And I was not the only Jedi Master to watch a student turn on them.
Your students, your disciples were taught to protect innocence, even when you would not.
No, they were not to blame, but many of the Order did so. It was a difficult time, a time of strong emotion. Perhaps the Council, perhaps the Order itself, had grown arrogant in their teachings. It is easy to cast blame, but it is perhaps time the Order accepted responsibility for their teachings and their arrogance, and come to recognize that perhaps we are flawed. Not once did I hear one of the Council claim responsibility for Revan, for Exar Kun, for Ulic, for Malak, or for you. Yet, you were the only one who came back from the wars to face our judgment. And rather than attempting to understand why you did what you did, we punished you instead. Our one chance to see where we had gone wrong, and we cast it aside. And now, that decision has come back to us and may carry with it our destruction. Perhaps there is something wrong in us, in our teachings, and though I tried, I could not cause that thought to leave me, so I left the Council. And I was not the only one. That is why many scattered, and why many in the Republic do not trust us, and why we do not trust ourselves. Make no mistake, I am no Jedi. This is the end, you see. After this, there will be nothing, and I think it will be for the best. Do you wish to do battle now? I have nothing more to say.
Damn. Some brutal lines here. But I think our character doesn't necessarily hate the Jedi and everything it stands for. It's just dude, I did what the Council wouldn't. People fail sometimes, but still a worthwhile thing to at least have around. So I think but Revan redeemed herself. Certainly that must give you some hope.
It provides no comfort at all, for reasons on which I still must keep secret. Suffice to say, redemption was not Revan's choice, and I have never believed those of the Council who attempt to console themselves otherwise for the crime they committed.
Is there anything you can teach me?
But we have spoken enough, I think, and words I think dull us both. Let us speak through the Force, through sparring. This Xian form should prove appropriate. Its best use is when you are outnumbered, which I fear suits our predicament perfectly. You will find it easier to deflect blasting fire with this form, and it shall also guard you against critical strikes by your opponents.
Cool.
Perhaps exile has been good to you indeed. It has certainly not dulled your instincts, nor the speed at which you learn. I shall go to Dantooine, to the ruins of the Enclave. If you gather the others, I will meet you there. And thank you, Exile. You're returning. It is good that you are back among us.
Journal entry added. Alright, interesting how he just talked for how long about how gathering Jedi together is a problem. He's like, I'm gonna go to Dantooine, gather everyone, and meet me there.
Unnecessary observation. Targets acquired. Annoying recitation. Let us proceed to facilitate communications. Recitation. And bring about the termination of hostilities.
Wow, alright then, Goto's gone, but these guys are still on me. And I know too that this is kind of the time to fight, so the Jedi are ready to accumulate. But still kind of funny. All right, let's shock these bastards. Ooh. Oh. Yeah. Let's do blaster defect. I should have had that active right away. Also, just so we don't have to go back way further, just in case. Do a little save action there. Ooh. Not YOLO. Oh! Thankfully, you don't only live once. You can live plenty of times when you're bad at a game. Alright. Let's give ourselves a little bit, maybe we just need to get into melee range right away. Oh, I need to get faster. Alright, now I think. Okay. Alright, third time's the charm. Boom, energy shield. Boom, heal. Alright. Hopefully that holds for a round or two. Alright.
Failing, Master.
Oh no, I don't want critical strike. We don't have to worry.
Systems failing, Master.
Alright, I think we already had a chassis from a different HK unit, so I think we got everything we need to get our guy back. But let's talk to while we're here. We'll level up quick so we get our all of our vitality back. Just kind of do a general increase again. Although we'll also bump our repair up to. Oh, never mind, we want to do that anyway. We'll keep our persuade topped up. Powers. Master heal would not be a bad thing to get at all. So let's do it. Lost Jedi, you encountered Zez-Kyle on Nar Shaddaa, spoke with him. He agreed to meet you at the Jedi Enclave on Dantooine when you had united all the Jedi Masters. So trade routes, one we need to do. Seeking Passage, I think we failed, but Fuel Source, we should be able to go talk to Voga. And he should.
Kavadumpe masuraku popayi botenya tachimorota kamsa javaskobo sabjo rigiso karvenoxo mochitosa sagrindeyo.
Please wake him for me.
Herinocho minaradocha kawanadumpa kankarebe.
Jikaris bat koki ulga kili bot maleanois.
I do not have Goto here, but rest assured he will trouble you no longer.
Bobrakinun chubagrat wikili Johnny. Wichibola no. Watagritok jimulira. Nicho dankan now. Chichiskabula. Tapichayubon. Yunbula. Chopiti man ponjame. Sashange bedwana mulira. Chupa wanga kuna konticha. Chona konasa. Bobrakinun chubagrat wikili Johnny. Wichibola no.
Alright then, rude dude. Sweet though, but we can go back to Lieutenant Gren and let him know about that. We can also collect our bounty from the escaped criminals. Right, put HK back together. And I might do a little bit of research into the Pazak Den and see if there's something else I can do to get that ready. Probably will also do a little bit of work on the lab bench and the workbench just to get some chemicals and things created and whatnot, and upgrading and optimizing party members, but I think I'll do that off screen because that's probably not going to be very exciting for anyone to watch. But thanks for watching. Hope you have a great day, and maybe we'll catch you next time.
don't know what the two of you are arguing about. I caught him. He's mine. But it's obvious you two need some advice, so let me lay out the attack pattern for you. It's simple. When you want a man, you jab him with a Bothan stunner, then while he's screaming in pain, slap some stun cuffs on him. Then, starve him for 2 or 3 days until he becomes open to suggestion, then double-check his bounty and see if he's worth anything.
That sounds more like hunting.
Call it what you want. Me, I love my targets.
It might be helpful if I made some changes to my remote's maintenance laser to do spot repairs.
That would be a welcome improvement. My combat effectiveness could be better sustained, providing an advantageous arrangement. And my miniature counterpart would finally be able to pull his weight in a fight.
Alright, don't worry. Goto's just jealous that you got all that circuitry packed into such a small shell.
Alright then. I'll work on it when we get back to the Hawk. There. You should be able to do some quick fixes. You won't be able to perform serious repairs, but you should be able to patch up any broken droids.
Beodur's remote has been upgraded with the ability to repair other droids in the party.
You know, I think it's time I gave your cutting laser a little boost. It works fine for repairs, but we could use your help in a firefight. Don't worry about it. We'll make sure they keep you out of their scopes. Hey, it's something for Goto to be jealous of, right? Think of it this way. You can keep Goto in line with it.
Beodur's remote has been outfitted with an improved laser.
Iridonian, if I might have a moment.
What is it, Goto?
I have spent some time in the presence of your remote, and the upgrades you have performed on him are quite adequate. I am impressed with your work, though less so with your remote itself.
What's wrong with my remote?
I find his use of resources, energy spent on frivolous things, to be an unsightly waste. But it is obvious you have some skill, however slight, in the upgrading of machines. I want you to provide me with similar upgrades.
I should be able to do something. I will see what I can do next time I have a free moment.
Alright. I thought I'd attach a little bit of those, or a little bit extra in the form of those cutscenes at the end of the episode. Catch you next time.